Y'all was good? It's your boy Glory. I'm about to kill myself, but I have these two lovely people with me today, Data and Majestic.
It was good with you, man.
Oh God, but yeah. So this is gonna be basically part two of the interview I did with them a while back ago. We're gonna talk about a little bit about AR-73, ask some questions about that, and then we're gonna get to know them. You know, about their life and their personal and all that. But yeah, so the first question I got for y'all is who introduced y'all to AR-73?
Ooh, that's a funny story.
Yes, sir.
We actually are in a public lobby, and we just got the new game. It was Modern Warfare. It just came out. We were playing, and we actually ran into some randoms. A lot of people don't really remember them. But the person that actually got us into this regiment, into AR-73 was, I believe it was Wicked.
It was
It was
indeed
Wicked.
wicked.
It was Wicked. He's a former member. He used to be a former president, actually,
Oh wow.
of AR-73. So yeah,
I
that's
don't. He
actually,
wasn't president.
yes, he was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's a,
No.
that's a better question for like Thinker Chooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't really at the time paying attention. But yeah, that's how we made it in, bro. Like just ran into a random lobby. We just started kicking and vibing. He was like, "Dude, y'all are amazing." And I'm actually kind of glad, regardless, of him himself and
Yeah.
whatever it may be. But no, I'm so glad that we ran into him that day, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing because if y'all didn't join, then I wouldn't meet two awesome people. I just gonna have to say that. Y'all are my favorite out of the whole people. Like Chooch number one, Data number two because everybody know Data the peacemaker. We all know this.
Yeah, I live for it, man.
Damn. What am I? Where am
Okay,
I on this ring?
you
Probably
third.
like
You third.
15.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Okay.
third. And the reason why she's third is because the first day I met her, she cussed me out, which it was well deserved, but that's beside the point.
Joe, go.
uh, oh me. So the real question, the second question I got is, how long have y'all been in AR-73?
You're muted.
Yeah, you muted.
Apologies. But that's an even funnier question. Dude, we're closing in on about two and some change.
Is that to say? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's been a little over two,
yeah, a
where
little,
we're about at two.
yeah, somewhere around that time frame, man. You've been here for a good minute. Yeah, around
Jeez.
that time.
Good
2 years. It's
question.
been here, man. It's been a blast the whole time, bro. Even through all the ups and downs, man. We still been here just rocking.
Man, hey,
We still the gang. I still love it.
yes, sir. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. So
Time.
with y'all being, I'll say, uh, a couple, you know, for how
Mhm.
Yeah,
long that
I
I've
would
known.
agree with that. Yes, we are married, so yeah, I would assume us a couple. Yes.
So with that, Ian, what do you think about Majestic, and how do you feel about Majestic being a part of AR-73 and where she is today?
Honestly, dude, I can tell you that first of all, how I feel. I feel absolutely ecstatic, proud, a bunch of other things. Not because of like how she done it or how she's, gotten here or anything like that. It's more along the lines that what she came from was literally nothing with first person shooters or
Literally.
gaming really.
Video
She
game. I
didn't
hate
even
it.
want to step foot here, man. So like yeah, definitely I am more than ecstatic to see that she kind of got a grasp on, I guess, in this world, like I will speak for all of us nerds and geeks and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
getting a reins on this world and understanding a little bit more for sure and just taking the time. So yeah, definitely absolutely proud.
Okay. So now I can ask the same thing to Majestic. What's your thoughts and opinions on, Ian, about how where he is today and how far he's come.
Far, especially with coming into here, especially for somebody who like we've been in clans before, but the clans we were in were with like family friends, so it wasn't anything that we have done in here. It was just
Mm-hmm.
a hey, we're all here, like we're gonna play the game. And so seeing us go from in here and seeing how far he's gotten, along with myself too. How we both have gotten in this. It's crazy. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. It is crazy. 'Cause, coming from me, my 1 year's coming up, which is I'm grateful for it. Grateful to be part of the family. But it's like getting to know each and every single person. About a little bit about their personal life. About type of games they like, or what goes a little bit behind the scenes. Off the game, and seeing y'all two and actually talking to y'all one on one. Like off the game and just talking in general. I can see where y'all are perfect, and the reason why I say that is because y'all are just alike. Y'all really are. Like that's just coming from me. Now the whole peacemaker thing, Ian, you got that in the bag. Majestic, you need to work on
Oh, I don't have that shit at all.
it.
Yeah.
Nowhere. That's the good thing about him being around. Like, he's always the one that, like, when I start talking about something or I'm mad or I'm angry, it's like, hey, but listen, and he can calm it down and, okay, you're right, that makes sense. So.
Yeah, but I will say this: Majestic has killed arguments within seconds, with arguments that I've been a part of because, well, I'm Glory and I talk a lot of crap. That's just me, right? And Majestic's gonna be, Majestic's like, Glory, just shut up, stop all that, and yeah. So
I'm good at telling people to shut up. I'm
Yeah.
really good at that.
So switching off from like AR-73, me personally, I kind of want to hear y'all's story. How did Ian, Data, and Majestic become a thing? I want to let's hear about it.
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, dude.
I hated him. I
Yeah.
fucking despised this man.
Yeah, we
Wow.
actually had it out for each other. Like, well, I even had it out. She had it out for me due to
I
allegations.
can't remember what it was for, honestly.
It was allegations claiming that I'd said something about her, high school stuff. But either way, we ended up having a class together. That's actually how we ended up
It's too.
Yeah, we had two classes together, and I don't know. One day I just started messing with her. I actually got placed right behind her. And I don't know, I just started messing with her. I remember I would do stupid stuff, like typical high school boy love shit, poke a girl in the back of the head with a pencil, bother her or
Yeah.
some shit like that. But yeah, so and then also on top of it, she sucked at math, so that was a freebie in the game, I know everything in the world, so I totally, used that to my advantage. But yeah, nah, after a while the hate started turning to ha-has. And then somehow, some way, I bagged her. I bagged her, man. And hey, I'm being realistic, man. And we've been married, but we're coming up on 8 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but we've been together for about 10 years. Yeah, we've been together for
We
10.
we we met my sophomore year of high school.
Yep. So
Jesus.
yeah, that is the
Wow.
original story, man.
That's
Yeah, we actually
crazy.
hate each other.
Wow.
Yep. Now look at us.
That's what I'm saying.
Married, 2 kids.
Married, 2 kids, and see, y'all kind of have like I'm looking because like y'all are literally like right behind each other. That
Yeah,
right there
yes,
is
sir.
ideal. Okay, I'm sorry. That is ideal for like a relationship, like a gaming couple. That is ideal. All right, so I like that. I like that because a lot of people oh, you have your own gaming room here, I have mine here, but nah, y'all are like back to back. So I
Funny
like
because
that.
when we first started this whole gaming adventure,
Yeah.
we were stationed in camp, and the way our house layout was, we had like tiny,
Mhm.
but we didn't have like dining room furniture and shit like that. We had just that first little tiny futon that we bought together in our house. We didn't have no furniture, and he sat that in there and had his TV in there. And then in the living room, I had just like the big TV and recliner. That's where we started out. And then as we moved from house to house, so like our last house, we ended up getting this nice like leather love seat. So we sat that down in the room and then had both the TVs next to each other. So TVs next to each other, so we would sit next to each other to play the game. And then when we moved into this house, we originally had our stuff outside in the garage because our garage is like the hangout spot.
Mm.
So we got like the pool table out there, all that shit. So we had the love seat out there, and then we had both the TVs next to each other, same setup basically, but outside.
Yeah.
But it got too hot, got too cold. It was like, yeah, nah, fuck this shit. So that's when we ventured into the house, and like he had one side of the living room. And then as the kids got older and we were seeing that they could share a room, they both need to be like on the same sleep schedule and things like that. We were like, you know what? No. Here, we're gonna do it this way. You guys can share your room. Then we have this room.
Yeah.
And it worked out great.
Yeah. I mean.
Speaking of children.
Oh me.
But yes, indeed, man.
Yeah, no, that is it's ideal. Like from what I see, like looking through Ian's camera, like the whole posters, got the little shelves, the corner shelves. It's crazy. And
Yeah,
then,
man. Trying to make it.
then I see Ian's setup back there. I kind of like his a little better because he got the TV on the wall. Kind of like that.
Oh yeah, no, this is just my second monitor, bro.
That's your second
This is
monitor.
what I use.
Dang.
Yeah, nah, cause you gotta remember you're talking to me on my actual screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then mine is basically where his is, but then I have a TV view.
Gotcha.
But my puzzle's getting away. Puzzles right here.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't see behind Majestic's head. I didn't know if Ian, was living big like that and had two monitors and then the TV.
Oh yeah. No. I got my little guy right here. He's pretty cool. He's like a little tablet. He's like a little robot. Pretty cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. That's nice,
He's
man.
cool.
That's nice.
Appreciate it.
So, let's kind of step away from like y'all being together, and so I want to talk to Ian. Let me so tell me a little about yourself. Like, I want to say like a little bit about your story, a little about you and where you came from and
Oh
where you are
man,
now.
dude. It's so funny you say that. You the first person ever to ask me that. That's wild. Like no one ever asked me like for real, like, oh damn, I want to know something about you. So yeah, nah. But I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, right where I ended back up. Um, standard standard American story. Parents split up, move with mom. Ended up, down the road a little bit. Uh, Finished high school. Somehow picked up cheerleading along the way. Um, Went into the army, man. Spent 6 years in the army. Did 2 rotations. Um, Came back to the crib. Said that was it. And yeah, nah, I just kind of sat down, bro. But yeah, nah, I definitely been around a few times. Yeah, I've done a lot, bro. I've done a lot. It's just I need more of a specifics. But yeah, that's really how I came up. I didn't do nothing crazy. I don't have no hero story where I came up on the gutter. No. I just been here, dog. That's all I'm trying to do.
That's nice. And see, the one thing I didn't know was the army. I knew a little bit about the you doing the cheerleading. I didn't know anything about the army. Explain a little bit about that. How was your experience?
Dude, I to anyone, thinking about it, in it, or that's already done it, I think we can all agree that it definitely has its ups and its fucking downs. Excuse my language. I don't
You
know if
good,
I
bro?
can say that, but
You good? Be
like,
yourself. That's all I can
dude,
say.
man, it was a blast, dude. The camaraderie, the life lessons, the way you carry yourself. A lot of people scream it's borderline brainwashing, but nah, it are fundamental things that you would gather that, not everyone's mom and dad are gonna have.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad might have this piece over here, but there's certain things that you just don't know based off the lifestyle that you grew up in,
Mm.
that you have to get a part of that general basis of like, hey, no matter what, I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're Hispanic, you're short, you're tall, you're fat. Actually, they do care about that, so I'll take that back. But everything else, man, they don't give a damn, man. They look at you as just a human being.
Mm.
So, with that being said, going through that, having to learn these new mannerisms, just so different from what we carry out here in the regular world.
Yeah.
I wasn't the greatest of area. I still, had bad things that I did, bad, how I spoke, how I dealt with authority and stuff like that,
Mm.
and it definitely was. It'll show to shock you. I love to hear all my homies and everyone say like, "Oh no, if I get in there, I won't let no man tell me what." All right, that's just always what I say. But definitely, they definitely one thing for sure, it instilled discipline overall.
Bro.
Like definitely discipline, and then with that, like I said earlier, the camaraderie, bro, the friends, the people I've met,
Mm.
the people that have no relation to me at all, that I
Yeah.
will literally lay my life down for. The bodies that I've watched leave this earth,
Mm-hmm.
and people I've shaken hands with. That's the type of stuff that even in the real world is amazing. I keep saying the real world like it's a separate world, but that's really what it is.
Yeah.
You're not a normal person. You don't carry yourself in a
Mm-hmm.
normal way. Everything is completely different. Something about going through all of that and whatever nutshell you want to call it, whether it's terrible, bad, or this, that, and the other, it just leaves you with this stamp that wherever you go, like for sure,
Mm-hmm.
you can hate everything about me, man. But if I tell you that I served under the same colors you were, yeah,
You
it
better
it
have some
changes a
respect.
lot of
That's all
my.
I gotta say.
Yeah, it changes a lot. So that's one thing. That's definitely what I got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of it, and that being instilled in AR 73 as well.
Yeah, it is.
Um, that was a huge, huge thing for me. So
Yeah,
definitely
I
great
like
things,
that.
nothing but it. If you do, for anyone out there,
Yeah.
what I'm saying they bad it or not.
Nah. I mean, nah, you right. Nah, I respect that, man. And hey, all I gotta say is thank you for serving, bro. You got more balls than a lot of other people. You know, to
Appreciate it, young man.
to
Appreciate it.
experience that and then go through that. Cause there's a lot of people who go through all that. They come out, but they're not the same. Like it's a whole different. Like with the PTSD and stuff like that. Like nah,
Yeah, it's real.
it's real and it's crazy, man. But so the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was the cheerleading. The cheerleading. Well, what got you into that?
Ha, that actually started as a joke, dude.
Oh, it
It
started as a
really was a
joke.
joke. It was a joke when we sitting here, some kids on the playground, during PE or gyms, about eighth grade. We knew how to do some backflips. You learned in the backyard. You watch somebody on TV in your favorite kung fu show or something like that. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go try that. We figured it out. One of our friends was like, she was like, hey, you guys should just come to cheerleader trials, dude. We do all that stuff too. I'm like, yeah, right. And we're like, okay, we'll show up. Sure, sure, we'll show up. We show up, we do the tryouts or whatever. And we're like, okay, they gonna hand out the letters saying you made the team or something like that. And I get a letter and my homie gets a letter. We run to each other like, bro, we're not really doing this for real. We like, nah, we'll just show up to that meeting and then that's it. So we show up to the meeting, we're all geeked up, haha, this is so funny. They're gonna be like, dang, there's two guys here. And oh man, it was so overwhelmingly surprising, like of
Yeah.
how open arms everyone was. Everyone was just like, I'm so glad you're here. This is amazing. Da 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 da. And we're like, oh well, that was kind of convincing. All right, let's just go to first practice. Let's go to first practice. And then you start seeing some of the stuff they do. Like, all right, we'll just go for the rest of the week. And then, all right, we'll just finish the month. All right, we'll just finish the season. All right, this is our last year cheering. All right, we're not cheering next year. Snap. Okay, what day is tryouts again? And it just gets you full circle. But I mean, that's what really got me into it. Whether it was just a joke, but the world of it itself, like the
Hmm.
athleticism, the capability, the mental cognitivity you have to have in order to do some of the things that I watch and I teach now to
Yeah.
these young children, and sometimes they're the same age as me, and it really is outstandingly incredible to just be involved with it and watch. And then when you go to a competition and you actually watch competitive cheer compared to like that high school rah rah pom pom stuff,
Yeah.
it'll really change your mind on like, oh snap, my little cousin, cheerleading, but she ain't in school doing it. She's doing it somewhere. Yeah, you should take a second glance at that kid, bro. Probably shredded.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, they put so much hard work into it. So yeah, if you want to be real, it's my passion, bro. It really is.
That's what's up.
Cause it's a capable event that goes on, man. And a lot of people don't know. You
Yeah.
did.
No, I
Oh,
respect that. I do. So,
But yeah, no, that's it, man. That's
yeah.
the cheer world.
No, I respect it,
and I swear
man.
to God, that shit runs in blood too. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear to God, it does.
So I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But I'm gonna hit up Majestic. All right. So we got to know a little bit about Ian. Let's get to know a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Pretty much the same thing, kind of like Dad has said. Born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fucking moved around a lot. Went to like different schools and stuff, but I happened to finish out school at the same school Dad went to. Ended up finishing out high school there. Well, actually, no. I finished out till my first semester senior year because we got married my senior year of high school.
Wow.
And that's when I moved out with him and finished high school online. And then pretty much that's it. And just your average waitress.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Deal with, stupid people all the time. Stupid shit from work. Just your average person.
Yeah. No, I was actually gonna ask about that. Tell me more about like the whole restaurant. Cause if I'm not mistaken, ain't it like a family thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So my grandma started there as a waitress. She moved up to a manager, and then my mom moved up and she was a waitress.
Mhm.
After my grandma left, my mom ended up being the manager. Now I'm a waitress there and assistant manager, but it's fun. I mean, I love it. Shitty part is like for the type of place we are, it's like an old people restaurant, so you
Yeah.
get attached to like all these old people and like you see them get older and older, and then so then till their last days. Then next thing you know, you're going to like funerals and wakes and shit like that. And it's like, damn, my job sucks.
Yeah.
Or you deal with like the stupid people that are just jerks when they come in because they don't have the common decency to just be a normal average human being and look at you like you're like their servant.
Yeah.
And every waking moment it's like, I need this, I need that, you didn't bring me this just isn't right. And it's just like just eat your fucking food and enjoy it, just eat it. But I mean, yeah, I don't foresee myself ever leaving that place. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing, kind of like how my mom and my grandma were.
Mhm.
Once my mom's done, then I move up to her position. If Giovanna's old enough, then my daughter will be working there. They both want a job for the summer, and they're old enough. They can wash dishes in the back. They can, do all sorts of stuff. It's an easy ride right there. Your mom and your grandma work there,
Yeah.
so you can easily get a job there when you're old enough. Not like you have to worry about, oh well, where am I gonna get my first job at?
Mm.
Kind of handed to you right there. Like,
Yeah.
here you go, kid.
Nah, that's cool though. It's interesting because also in the waitress world, you got to deal with all kinds of people. You gotta deal with dickheads. You gotta deal with you can deal with dickheads 1 minute and like the most gracious people you ever met.
Oh yeah, definitely.
know.
And I can have literally like there's times where I've had them at literally the same exact time.
Mhm.
I've had one table that is just the best table I've ever had. It's so nice and things like that, and then my other table is just a jerk.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of those. Like I had one guy fucking argue with me over a table one day because 9 times out of 10 when you go to a restaurant, they're gonna seat you somewhere because they go by a rotation.
Mhm.
And like for us, we do a rotation so that way at the end of the day all the waitresses have the same amount of tables, so they have the fair chance of making the same amount of money as someone else. And so you have these people who feel like they're entitled to be like, I'm not sitting in that booth, I want that booth over there. And it's, listen, I have this and try to keep it fair for my girls. And then they pulled the customer's always like, oh no, that is wrong. The customer is not always wrong. And so he's like, well, I'm just never eating here again. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I have a full restaurant full of other people who will kindly, keep coming back. So,
Yeah.
but you get those people, or you get the people that, they come and they eat at this place every single day. They have every single the same. They know the menu by heart, yet they tell you every single time they come in, "We're never eating here again." And it's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow for lunch, or I'll see you when you come to the to-go window to pick up the food you called in to order because you said you weren't eating in anymore. You
Yeah.
didn't say you weren't going to take it home and eat it, just for you to call and complain about the same exact things you would have complained about if you would have sat inside in it. That's the only bad part about dealing with like the older people, especially the ones, which it's sad, it really is, but like the ones who are getting to the point of having dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that, because especially dementia patients, they get angry,
Mm-hmm.
really angry over little things. So you got to learn how to handle that. I joke around with like everybody, and I'm like, I work in like a retirement home.
Yeah.
Kind of is like I know almost all my regulars back like story like healthcare wise. So if I ever have to call an ambulance, I know what medications they're taking. I know, what happens when they get like this. I know I could tell the difference in how they talk and how they feel. My one regular, he comes in. I know immediately by looking at his face what table to sit him at because I know for a fact he's going to pass out and I'm gonna have to call the EMS to come get him.
Yeah.
Like, so that's one good thing, I guess you say by someone like me staying at this job, I
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to those things. And a lot of the times we do have the family's numbers. So we can, hey, your dad came in today. Something's not right. Like one of my regulars, he would come in every single day. He got the same meal. I noticed he started like eating less of his meal. I noticed he started forgetting things easily and things like that. And he couldn't even remember the meal he would come in and order. So we had to call his daughter to let her know, like, hey, look, we're kind of concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, she was like, came in a week later. She was like, thank you guys so much for letting us know. Like, it turns out he has Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So we're actually going to move him out towards us, which happens to be like 3 hours away. So
Yeah.
sadly, I don't ever get to see him anymore. But his daughter always calls and lets us know how he's doing and things like
Yeah.
that. So it's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade him a job for the world. As much as I complain about it and bitch about it, I love it. It's the best.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing there, cause someone like me, I've never worked a job like that, and you know, just seeing how you were talking about like, what's going on with that person, like just by him coming in, telling about his face and all that, where to sit him at, and if you have to call his daughter or the ambulance and stuff like that. See, a lot of people don't realize that, and they don't take that into consideration. Like that right there is way better than just letting someone come in, not getting to know them, and
Oh yeah.
just sitting them there wherever and allowing them to go through hell, we'll say. But the last question I have on that, because like I said, I never worked there before, but I get told all the time that being a waitress is a sucky job because of the pay.
Yep.
What is the pay?
So hourly, I make $3.15 hourly. I work from I work from 12 p.m. to
Wow.
about 7:30 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So my paychecks are literally like now, being a little hole in the wall type place, we average out for tips anywhere from 60 to 100 a night. There's
Mm-hmm.
some nights I walk out with 40.
Yeah.
And yeah, but then there's some nights that it's really good and I have like $120. It just depends on the type of place you work at and the audience you cater to.
Mm-hmm.
So, granted, I could work in a bar and make hella tips, but there is no time to really know anybody. There's no time to stand and talk to anybody. You're constantly moving. Versus the job I have now, I can get to know these people. I know almost everybody that comes into that place and eats.
Mm-hmm.
They know me. They know my name. I know their names. Yes, it helps with tips because they know you well enough. You
Yeah.
get tipped better. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
But I also know for the type of person I am and how I handle stress and how I handle like screw ups and things like that I do at work still, I wouldn't be able to work at one of these places that has a larger amount of people coming in.
Yeah.
But like I said, it pretty much depends on the place. Like I said, I could have the other night, like I said, I work from 12 to 7. From 2 p.m. to 7:30, I had 7 tables that whole time.
Mhm.
I came home with, I think, maybe $65. But a lot of things that people don't realize about waitresses is, yes, we work off tips, but when people come in and you run your ass off for these people,
Mhm.
and they leave you pocket change, is
Yeah.
what we call it, which is like maybe $1 and some change,
Mhm.
pocket change. It sucks because you're giving your all to these people to try and make sure that they have the best experience while they're sitting here dining in, and then you're having to turn around and look, and it's like, oh, I did all this work basically for $1.
Mhm.
Or you fix and make everything. Like, I had this one guy come in the other day. We don't serve breakfast all day.
Mhm.
It was slow enough. There was only 2 tables in there, so I went to the back and I was like, hey, is it cool if my guy orders, breakfast stuff? They're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, we have time to make it, and it's not busy. I was like, cool. So I let him know. He's like, awesome. I ended up with a $10 tip,
Mhm.
and that guy ordered an omelet, which is like, I think his bill was not even $20.
Yeah.
That right there is way more than, I guess you say, like the 18% people typically try to leave a waitress.
Yeah.
But even then, if you go out and you spend $50 in a place and you tip 18%, it's still, to me personally, I guess this sounds kind of selfish, not enough for the work that we have to put in to do. We
Mhm.
have to make sure your food comes out correctly. We got to make sure your food is to your liking. We got to make sure your drinks are filled. We got to make sure, oh, hey, you need this, you need that. Oh, I forgot this. Let me go run and grab it just for me to come back. Oh, well, I don't need that, but I need this now. Okay, no problem. Let me go run and grab it for you real fast. I'll be right back. Along with catering to how many other tables you have.
Yeah.
There's been times I've worked nights by myself because at night we only have 2 waitresses.
Mm.
My night waitress quit on me, so I've been the only waitress at night for about, what, 3-4 months now. And thankfully, some of the morning girls will pull doubles now. But even when I was working nights by myself and had a full restaurant, people were upset because I wasn't able to give them all my time.
Yeah.
And after working a full shift from 12 to 7 by yourself, I only came home with $60.
Mm.
After working that whole shift by myself, it's like people need to realize that if a waitress can't also come to the table as much as she would like to, it's usually not her fault.
Mhm.
I mean, yes, there is some waitresses who are just shitty and don't, do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just kind of depends. Either way, I will say yes, it is pretty shitty sometimes pay wise.
Mhm.
Because like I said, for an average of 2 weeks, my paychecks are like,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, from someone who, like I said, never worked in that industry, never been a part of it. See, that right there to me is like crazy because that is like way below minimum wage, right? And I guess people, are just like, oh, they'll make it in tips, but what you just told me, no,
No,
not at all.
like I said, yeah, it just depends on where you work. Like, I know some people, like, I have people that come in to eat and they're like, don't you work at, like, Texas Roadhouse? Like, those girls make a killing there. And I'm like, I would, for one, knowing me, myself, I would be bawling my fucking eyes out every shift. I screw up one thing in this job and we're not even busy. And I'm like, because I screwed something up. But, yeah, that's why, like, for example, Data. Data used to be one of those people that went out to eat. He didn't tip.
Yeah.
He tips now.
Yeah.
We also,
I'm gonna
which
start
I
tipping. I
was,
promise.
yeah, glory.
I'm just saying. It happens.
Oh my god.
It happens.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all, do better. Don't be like Glory. Don't be like Glory and not tip your waitresses.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm
Like
sorry.
I said, until I started, Data didn't really see like how now, as after being that type of person, he's seen it and he's like, okay, that's just like he makes sure before we leave a restaurant now, all the plates are stacked and all the forks are in one spot, all the silverware, all the trash is in a pile. It does make our jobs way easier. I love it when people do that.
See,
It makes it so
good
much
job.
easier.
Good job, Data. Good job. But yeah, so kind of I kind of forgot to ask this question earlier, but I'm gonna take it back to AR-73 because I looked at my notes. Um, Sponsors. Where do you see us AR-73 in like 2 years?
Oh man, 2 years, Jesus.
Yeah, I
If
gave
we
you a
keep,
shorter period because last time I said 5, so this is a lot shorter.
yeah, nah, man. I mean, we should definitely be far beyond where we're at.
hmm
A lot more. I will say a lot more sponsors.
hmm
I'm not gonna say like 100,000 of the biggest names. Are we gonna make it or anything like that? That's not what I'm saying. But bro, as long as we continue this effort of just pushing this community of gamers that just exists just to be a family, I don't see, along with our skill alone, like with our streamers, we have great content. We got people like you. Shit, dude, like, no, I expect some bigger names. I
Same.
expect people to start being like, oh, huh, they got a little something going on right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
But
I've already seen it in the Call of Duty. You go into a match and it's AR-73,
Yeah.
AR-73. Like our name's already like
Yeah, we
getting
out
up
there.
there.
We out there. But see, when it
Sometimes it may not be for the best reasons, but
but see, with that though, Majestic, we can give all thanks to the man right there, and also Jesus because of the CBs.
oh yeah, that's where our name comes from a
That's
lot.
exactly where it's
Ran
from.
into somebody from one of the old CB servers we were in. That's how they knew us, and it was immediately as soon as we got in there, they recognized our names, and it was pure shit talking.
Yep.
But
So
either
thank you,
way,
Data, and then Jesus, if you watching it, thank you, bro, cause y'all kicking, y'all killing it, y'all killing it. So
oh yeah,
what's our record now?
3.
we are 4-2. 4-2 now.
4-2.
Oh,
See, I'm
Four
telling
and
y'all.
two. Due
I'm
to
telling
last
y'all.
night.
I'm telling y'all,
and we have
bro.
another CB coming up tomorrow.
It's the
So
Tomorrow.
reschedule of our unfinished CB that would, in theory, have put us at a 4-3 right now.
yeah,
But right now
Ah.
it's still 4-2. But we had to
So it's
reset some
that
stuff.
one. So
Yep.
y'all are gonna do that.
yeah, we have a
In
rematch.
theory, I don't know as far as like it's set in stone to do, but further notice until tomorrow and we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, say a prayer for Era 73, cause what I heard last
Yeah.
time, bro. Jesus.
I mean, as long
Yep.
as they don't pull no funny stuff
Yeah.
like the last time, we should be good.
Yeah. Nah, it was a rough one. It's all good
Yeah.
though.
But now y'all killing it in the CBs though, like for real. And the reason why I kind of wanted to bring the CB part up is our new flavor that's coming out, man. Come on now. Whoever came up with
Ooh.
that name, bro, that was sick. Okay, all
Hey.
props, bro. That was sick.
Hey man. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome, dude. I
I
don't even
couldn't
know where it
remember
came
if it
from,
was
honestly.
you and then Jesus, but the name is sick. I'm not gonna say it
Appreciate it.
because everybody watching gotta wait. I'm sorry, but y'all
Yes,
gotta
Yes.
wait.
that's right. Hence why I didn't say it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
But nah, I respect it. I respect how we getting our names out there. And it's by the CBs. It's by support. Like I always be preaching to people. But nah, man, I love to see where we're going, and it's people like y'all who are making it grow. You know, what I say, holding us down, cause y'all been here for two and a half.
No.
It's
hmm
crazy.
It's funny. I actually looked it up. We joined August 6th, 2020.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. A little over 2 years, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was right. Two and some change. I told you.
Yep.
But nah, man, y'all killing it. All right, so the last thing, right? And I kind of want to bring it back to when Majestic was talking about cheerleading running in the family.
Mm.
So talk about that. How do you feel knowing that you get to teach your daughter?
Ooh, it's actually a fairly overwhelming feeling. I'm actually not even 100% invested in teaching her, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Don't take it as like, oh, I don't want to.
yeah.
No, it's she has to understand that once again, this is my passion.
hmm
And right now, she doesn't really have the mental state for the capacity of training that I'll
Yeah.
provide. But in certain aspects, though, it has definitely been a blast as far as doing certain things. Like I know you guys have probably seen videos of me throwing her up in the air and catching her and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very, I guess you would say, heartwarming because I don't get those moments too often. Dad is the cold guy that's quiet in the corner. He doesn't really say much and just kind of nods and stuff like that. So definitely heartwarming type stuff when giving the ability, from God Himself, bro. Like to just be able to do that, have the opportunity to make one, and have the opportunity for the one that I made even want to do what I want to do. Yeah, on top of it, yeah, it adds a great deal of sweetness to it.
Yeah. so,
I think
so,
she
so what
likes
about
it
you,
when.
Majestic? How do you feel about
Huh?
it? How do you feel about
Oh, I love it.
it?
I love it. Ian laughs at me because, again, I'm the parent perspective from cheerleading.
Yeah.
He's the coach. And he's like, "Ugh, you're such a cheer parent." Because I'm asking her like, she gets home from practice. Hey, what did you do at practice today? Can you show me? Because
Yeah.
practices are closed. Parents can't watch.
Mhm.
I mean, you can see through a window. That's pretty much it. But he laughs at me for it, and I'm just like, I just want to know everything. And then it's funny because like I feel like he laughs at me because I guess I do that standard, cheer mom thing of, oh, my kid's just the best. Like I watch her do stuff and I'm like, what other 6-year-old do you know can do that? Like, look at how good my kid is.
I
But I love it.
mean,
I'm so excited for like
yeah.
competitions.
I mean, no, you have every right to feel that way, because I'm just saying, if she's getting trained by someone who's doing it with passion, hey, let me just say, she gonna go far. She gonna go far, I promise.
Oh yeah, I think
She
she
gonna
likes that
fall in
her
love with
dad.
it.
Oh yeah, she loves it, and I think she likes that she can do cool stuff with her dad
Mm-hmm.
because it gets her McDonald's. Like the other night, he called me. He's like, "Yo, let me tell you this dope thing that me and Gio did at practice. We gave it one try, and it was perfect on the first one." And then all I hear is Gio in the back talking about McDonald's. He's like, "Oh, give me a second. I'm gonna talk to your mom about it. I don't know if she's cooking or not." I'm like, "Okay."
No, I like that. I like that. But hey, thank y'all for doing this for real.
Hey
No
man,
problem,
no
Glory.
issues,
Anytime.
man, dude. Hey
For
man, I
real.
will gladly work another 12-hour shift or whatever the hell it was and come here and do this interview for you, Glory.
Yes,
Any day,
sir.
man.
Yes,
You just
sir.
call me, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. And, so, is there
Indeed.
anything y'all would like to add uh, before we wrap this up?
Um,
Swift Lifestyles. AR promo, or what is it? Promo code AR73.
we
Stay with
should.
Dubby and Sint and Nerd Focus.
Well, yeah, real stuff, man. Nothing, man. I hope to see the world out there. Y'all gonna see it. We coming. If y'all ain't open your eyes, y'all open them up soon.
Yes,
But
sir.
until then, we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
indeed.
yep. And also to end, on what Majestic said, go to Jesus Loves You. Hit your boy up.
Yes.
HGA20, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But no, thank y'all for watching, and I'll holla at y'all later. Peace.
All right, GG's.
We